Hi, I'm Vincenzi Melody, and this is my video journal for the malware module in the SMT program. This lecture covered a lot from traditional malware types like Trojans and worms, all the way to modern fileless attacks. The part I want to focus on today is how malware has evolved from something that spreads and destroys to something that hides and steals. So from the lecture, I cover malware fundamentals, Trojan, worms, logic bombs, rootkit, spyware, and ransomware, and etc. But the two concepts that stood out most were fileless malware and the malware families, because they show how attackers think today, not just how to break in, but how do I stay invisible once I'm inside. So how has malware actually changed over time? Traditional malware follow a pretty simple path, which is Trojan, worm, and also ransomware. Malicious files that get delivered, executed, and often destroy or encrypt something. Modern malware takes a different approach. It relies on fileless execution and legitimate system tools already built into the operating system, which means it leaves far fewer traces behind for the vendors to find. To make traditional site concrete, I look at the Stuxnet from 2010. It was a worm-based malware that targeted industrial systems specifically. It spreads across computers and networks like a normal worm, but its real goal was to manipulate industrial processes, meaning it went beyond stealing data and caused physical disruption to equipment. On the other end, I look at Astaroth, a malware campaign from 2018. Instead of dropping a malicious file, it started with a phishing email, then abused PowerShell to run entirely in memory, and used that access for credential theft. There was no traditional file sitting on disk waiting to be scanned, which is exactly what makes fileless malware so hard to catch. And what's interesting is comparing these two side by side. Stuxnet was worm-based targeted industrial systems, spread to the network and caused physical disruptions. It was highly specialized. Astaroth was fileless, targeted regular users' endpoints and spread through social engineering and focused on the credential theft. It was stealth focused, completely different targets and techniques, with one goal to gain, which is to gain unauthorized access. So the biggest takeaway for me is that malware hasn't gotten more advanced. It's evolved in two different directions. It can become more powerful like Stuxnet reaching into physical infrastructure, or more invisible like Astaroth hiding inside the legitimate system processes. Understanding both directions helped me see why modern security teams can't just watch for malicious files anymore. They have to watch for malicious behavior too. So that's it for this journal. Thank you for watching.